Hi, my name is Tuli and today I'll talk you through our NPS feature. NPS stands for Net Promoter Score, which you can use to measure your candidate satisfaction throughout the recruitment process. It does it by simply sending a question to ask how likely they are to recommend your company to any future candidates. Let's have a look. The first thing you'll need to do when wanting to start using the NPS feature is to click onto your company name and from there to add-on features so that we can actually start with the activation. Here, simply click onto the All section from the left-hand side or search for the feature by its name. Once you have found the feature that you want to activate, which in this case is NPS, click onto it and then simply from here activate add-on. Now that we've activated the NPS feature, we can head on over to the Jobs tab, where we'll be able to use it, for example, as a trigger in our recruitment process. When wanting to add an NPS, simply select the stage that you'd like to add it to, head on over to Triggers, and then choose Send NPS Survey. Once the trigger has been added, every single time when you move a candidate, for example in this case, from the inbox stage to the reviewing stage, your candidates will be receiving an automatic NPS survey. Good thing to know is that you can also add the NPS survey onto the rejected side. And what this means is that whenever we reject a candidate in your recruitment process, and if we add this NPS survey as a trigger onto the rejected side, the candidates will automatically receive it after you have rejected them from the process. You also have some other ways on sending these NPS surveys to your candidates, one of which is sending it individually one at a time. To do this, what you'll need to do is simply open up the candidate's candidate card, click onto the three dots that we see on the very bottom, and from there, send NPS survey. If this candidate has applied to multiple different positions within the platform, you'll also be able to choose which job this is going to be sent from. The other way on how we can send this to candidates is by doing it in bulk. What you'll need to do first is to click onto the bulk select button here on the top right side, select the candidates that you're wanting to send the survey to, click onto the three dots from the black action bar down the bottom, and here you'll also find the option of sending an NPS survey. Once you start receiving these responses from your candidates, you'll also be able to track these in your analytics section in the platform. Here, under the recruitment, you'll find a specific section for NPS. And firstly, what you can do in here is to simply filter on the details or the time frame from when you'd like to see these responses from. Then, when you have finished filtering, you should be able to see a couple of different overviews of how your NPS is currently doing. You can also find the individual candidate responses inside the candidate's candidate card, along with a potential comment that they may have left you. Thank you for watching. Remember, if you've got any questions or need help, you can always reach out to our support via the chat button in your platform. Happy recruiting!